Hello, Candace Thomas here from Kentucky, and I have been talking to you about some products that I use, um, sharing my tips as being a caregiver. For those who have not seen my video, I have been a caregiver to my mother for 8 years after she had had her stroke in 2005. Today I want to talk to you about something that you know a lot about. You see in the drugstore all the time, but you probably didn't know uh, what it's used for other than, let's see, your feet. Because it's right here, it says it's a foot powder. And that it is. It's for athletic feet. If you have problems with your feet, you put this powder in your socks, in your shoes, and it gets rid of athletic feet. But it's also used for some other things that you probably didn't even know. Now this here is the blue bottle, and it's got some sticking stuff here going on. And this is medicated, as you can see. The reason the medicated is why it's used a lot more than people realize. It is the triple action, which is the blue bottle. There's a green bottle, which is double action, and then there's a yellow bottle, which is just ordinary um, healing medicated, but doesn't work as well as the triple action does. And here's the kicker. This is what I use this for. Have been using this for 8 years on my mother's skin. I use this on my mother's skin. I use this to prevent bed sores. Nurses' aides use it all the time. Except that's how I learned, was from the nurse aide. Now, she was just in the hospital not too long ago, and I learned about this. This is a little hard to find. You will find this in the baby section. Will not find this where this is. This is in the foot section, and Walgreens is where I go. I mean, I am from Kentucky, so Walgreens, what's the other stores? CVS, we have CVS, we have Walgreens here, we have individual drugstores, but the drugstore is where you're going to find this stuff at. If it is not on your shelf, go ask your pharmacy to order it and put it on there, and they will. If you're going to buy it, they'll order it. This is Gold Bond for babies. It doesn't stink like this stuff does. This smells mentally medicated. This stuff stinks. This here works just as well as this does. The only difference is that this has got baby powder in it. And it is also medicated with healing. And if you have a child, a baby, I recommend using this on the baby's bottom. But I use this now. I use this sometimes, not very often. I use this a lot. I use this underneath the arms. I use this under, well, my mother's a woman, under the breast and in the, area. This stuff here, a little scary on it because it kind of burns to use it in the private area. This stuff here doesn't do that. Keep dry. You want to keep moisture away, which stops the bed sores. This stuff is just this is just amazing. It it helps prevent and treat. It says right here on the bottle, helps prevent and treat um, diaper rash, chapping, um, minor skin irritations, which they're talking about bed sores. They're talking about bed sores, and this works. Now, this says relieves itching, absorbs moisture, and controls foot odor. Now, I'm going to tell you, nurses' aides have been using this for years. This is their secret weapon of getting rid of irritation on the skin. Now, Gold Bond is making this. I think Gold Bond knows that this has been used for bed sores. So, anyway, this has got also cornstarch in it. I don't know if most people know, like I do, that cornstarch is good for chapping. So, something my mom taught me a long time ago, and because I wasn't one of those people growing up. I mean, I was middle class, but I wasn't middle class when I was really little. So, my mom, excuse me, I'm going to shift here in this chair. But my mom was taught some things. She lived through the Depression, and she shared those things with me as mothers do with their children. And this stuff here is just so amazing. It's just so amazing. Especially if you are heavy and you got fat, pardon me, women, but sharing this with you, this is a good thing to use. Right underneath that roll of fat or underneath your breast, especially in hot weather, this stuff really works. So, this is Gold Bond, and it's medicated for healing, especially if you get those little, like, heat prickly things, and your big chested women. This is good for that. But like I said, you'll find this is usually located in the baby section with the baby powder and stuff. That's where I usually find it. And I usually, if there's 5 of them there, I buy them because they don't put a lot of them out. And as they see that you're buying them, they'll put more up. And if it's, like I said, you don't have it in your drugstore, go back and ask them. Say, I'd like to buy Gold Bond baby powder. Gold Bond medicated baby powder. And they'll look it up for you. You say, hey, I'll purchase it when you put it on the shelf. And you'll be surprised. I mean, your drugstore, they want to please you. They want products that you're going to buy. So don't be afraid to ask for any of the products. So, anyway, this is a, well, the hospitals around here are not using Gold Bond. They're using something else called, I don't know, it begins with a Z. But my mom was allergic to it. And whatever it had in it, it caused like a red rash right after it was placed on her body. So you have to watch to make sure you're not allergic to anything, and if you are, you'll break out in like a red rash and it'll itch and stuff, and that's what it was doing to my mom. So I found this Gold Bond with the baby powder, and like I said, this stuff is awesome. So if you're a caregiver, you're a nurse aide, if you're a nurse aide, you probably already know about this. But if you're a caregiver and you're taking care of your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, your niece, your nephew, or just a friend, this stuff is amazing. And if you don't know about it, I am sharing my knowledge. But I'm sure you already know about this. And if you don't, again, I'm sharing my knowledge. But I recommend this over this. any day. But anyway, that's what I got to talk about today. Thanks for listening, and be blessed. And remember to, if you're taking care of somebody like I am, ask God for wisdom and knowledge, and He will definitely direct you. Okay, have a good day.